It's an artifact, the leftover of God's first thought. Take back your power. Take back your time. Your time is your power. It's the last artifact of the old time world physical.
What we're going to talk about tonight is kind of funny when you say it, the toss, but also planes of movement with spinning. Now, in all practicality, spinning is not going to help you win a fight. Same thing with spinning and flourishes and all those kind of stuff. Lightsaber obviously looks prettier when you have larger motions, right? We all know this. Fencing has very narrow thrust parries, etc. Right? The larger movements are what make lightsaber battles really interesting. Okay. Anybody ever heard of Dread Pirate Wesley and against Indigo fight? Right? There's a lot of flourishing in that didn't really do anything. And that was Bob Anderson. He did a lot of the Errol Flynn fights back in the day. Flynn, which we refer to, was just to give them some action to talk over, right? Ah, you threw my father, I'm going to take your pants and throw them over the fence. So, this little flourishing thing that we're going to learn tonight is all about really getting to know your saber and having the confidence to let go and you know you're going to be there, right? Well, there's another little tool that I like to play with. But poi. Has anybody never seen poi before? A poi is a ball of fire, usually, on a chain, and it developed in the Polynesian Islands. So what they would do is, they would have this thing flaming, going all around them, and they'd be doing tricks and behind their back. Here's no beginning, right? Same pendulum, same motion, same movement. But the weight in this motion is on the other end of how we're handling it, right? With the saber, the weight is supposed to be at this end of the pendulum, and we have it in our hand. Now I could do the same thing with the poi like this, just not as interesting, is it? Right? But you will notice, like I said, these motions are similar because they're working on a plane. You guys know what I mean by a plane? Not American Airlines? Okay? It's working on a plane. Now normally, because of gyroscopics, if I have a plane going this way, if I try to work this way, bam, I hit myself. Because this is on a natural motion. Okay? If you want to spin this way, you have to entice the motion to come your way slowly. Or make a radical shift. Now I'm going backwards. Now I'm going forwards. Backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, right? And I'm still out of the way of the pendulum, and it's still going in the same direction that I started out with when I was walking over here before. Throw the saber in there, same motions, right? You guys all know the crossover when you're slashing your sabers. Mike's been drilling home the slash downs, right? right, in the drills we've been doing lately. The difference between a hack and a slash is what? So tell me. Hack and a slash.
Power.
No.
Follow through.
Follow through.
Motion.
Motion.
Pull.
Hmm?
Pull.
Pull. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Hack, you have an extension of your arm, rotating from here, coming over, and it's a flat land, right? 45-degree angle at the wrist. I'm still turning from here. First thing that's coming through is the palm, right? That's slash. So then, when I'm in this, we're going to go the hack or slash. See the difference? Okay, now guys, please, I want you to look around. What time is it? Now! The reason I say that is so you're aware for right this moment. This is a spinning class. You have people close to you. Be nice to your neighbors, and don't swing too hard. Okay? Most lightsabers, the ones that we use in here, have a pivot or balance center or point. Press pivot point. Okay? If you haven't found that on your saber yet, hold your finger out, try to balance it on one finger, and wherever the saber lands, don't try to force it, say, oh, it should be back here, and then it keeps on going. Find the natural balance. What is your saber telling you? Now feel that balance. Now just kind of bob from side to side. Does it have a natural wave? Where does it want to go? The battery is in a particular place, which makes it want to go somewhere. You can switch your hands. Get used to your best friend. It will never lie to you. It only knows one thing. Itself. It doesn't have an ego. You do. If you hit yourself in the head with it, it laughs.
So do I.
Feel that pendulum. Make it go slower. If you catch it farther down the hilt, you have to spin it faster. If you're closer to the pivot, you have to catch it before it goes too far. What does it want to do? And then I move on to my larger motions. That's why we tell you, hands apart, more towards the back for control. And some of the exercises we do, the butt of the bread, the fives going back on themselves, it's the control. Center point, direction. Where's it going? How heavy is it? All right, so then now you kind of got a good pendulum going here, right? Understanding yourselves a little bit better, listening to your best friend. How does it roll over the back of your hand? Try to make it do that. Like I say roll, I mean, like that. It travels without incidents. It doesn't take much to convince it to say, hey, roll over. Yes, master. Yeah, that's good. Go to the other hand.
This means you're getting adventurous.
Back to the same. Back to the same.
You're getting adventurous as you're dropping. That's good.
Try going too rough. Touch it. All right. And again, here, put the saber in the other end. Feel that pendulum. This is about having fun with your saber tonight, guys. So take it seriously, but not too seriously. Yeah, there you go. That's another way to That's another way to know your saber. Guys, I want you to keep in mind the planes of movement that we're going to work with. First off, is what Matt already started out with. It's the forward planes. Okay? So when you're aiming forward and you just put your hand up, that plane on the right side of your body, if you're right-handed, that is your default plane. Okay? All right? Now, the one in front of us, we normally in a lot of our spinning, at home or whatever, we'll cross over here, we'll do the figure 8 pattern or the infinity symbol on either side. That's a good way. Then we do this in Suisu too. Come over here and then land on the block, right? It's a natural progression. It's something we do all the time. Shicho has it, they all do. Okay? So now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn around and do this in the opposite direction.
Wait, what? Wait.
Just figure 8, Be aware around you. Guys, not so fast when you hit somebody. We're going to go forward to either side, and when you're ready,
What about stage left?
just turn around and discover what it does. All right, so then when you're a little comfortable with turning around, now you'll see that there's two ways to do both these motions, right? As we were saying before, the hack, forward, blade, blade, then turn around, blade, blade. But the rear, or the reverse spin is a little bit more of a pull, it's more of a slap, should be more comfortable. I want everybody to put your fingers above your head. And as it comes down, I'm going to get in your same position, okay? As it comes down, you're going to turn around, and you're going to point the other direction. And then we're going to turn back around, complete your circle, and come back up, and hold it right above your head. Okay? This is a jab, a circular jab. You guys have seen me do this several times, I'm sure. Come down around, don't stop, and come back to the front.
It's a three-quarter move that you do in Sarisi, right?
It's the mechanics of the human body. The pivot on this Saber is also the pivot on you. Right? You can get as fast as you want with this, and the gracefulness of this will let you control your movements, right? Not going to the left, we're going to go to the right. So, pommel first. Keep doing that. Now you see the natural plane that you are on, right? All right? Now, we're going to get tricky with this. I want you to do that dip, and then do a figure eight on each side, facing that way, like this. You're going to come around, and then continue, and then, okay? One rotation around, and face right, and then do figure eight on the side.
Actually, Flynn, very slowly stepping in. Follow up, just coming around. Coming up.
Face to the right, and figure eight, out.
Yes.
So, sped up, it would look like this. Okay? Try it. And go both directions. You want to go like this?
Wait, first.
Down, up, slash, slash. Okay? Cool. All right. Come back in. We're gonna do some more plane movements. All right. You have between your wrist and your shoulder, you have two sizes of planes of movement that you can do right around your own body, right from the end. Okay? One down here. One around here. And then one up here. Okay, we all know the OB ante going in the back. Play with the upper movements of your wrist. Give up one big one, just in your own space. Figure out these circles. Down here would be like this. Then up here. And then obviously the full range of motion. Now try to make your planes as flat and close to your body as possible without hitting yourself. This means you have to relax a little more, right, Jesse?
That's on the drum. It's like you're doing this.
And oh, there's that turn around again. Just turn around. I'm in the same direction as I was before.
First motion is still the same.
There we go again. Turn around again. We got the forward motion. We got the backward motion. Okay? The difference between those two is obviously blade, pommel. Okay? So now what happens when you want to do a completely different plane? Say, flat. So you've got to get that elbow working in there. Then you go underneath.
That's the part.
How far do you have to go back? You go to the limbo, that way. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of like a jump rope.
Alright, now why would I want to know this motion? Because here I am, bam, 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 thrust, slash, down and around, into the oblique. Anybody remember seeing with Darth Maul and the jump that he did?
Yes.
He went up. I mean, that gives you an opportunity. If you're up in the air like that,
Except for Alpha.
right? Well, could be somebody coming up underneath, they're diving at your legs, you're like, into it. But now you know how much reach your Saber has. Okay? Alright, so take those and practice those. Now we're going to talk about letting go. The Saber toss is really impractical, but it does look cool. You know, even if you're just kind of playing around and somebody's like, roll it over, toss, 2 spins, just 1 spin, right? You could have looked. Yes? Now, when you feel kind of brave, you're going to toss high enough where you can maybe catch in 1 hand. Or if you feel brave enough, go all the way over. And then land over here. Okay? Be careful around the threads. Start with the back of the Saber if you toss it. Okay? I wouldn't go too large to begin with. And you can just have it do 1.5 turns. Like when you toss it like this. Start up, and down. Now then, when you feel a little more brave, and you want to turn around,
Watching the statement.
Alright guys, check this out. Alvin just reminded me of a scene that he and Omar did in a fight, where this would look pretty cool. Right? Maybe like I could go for his legs or something like that in the middle of it.
Damn.
See? Who cannot do the ankle spin behind back? Okay. Alright, so here's the secret, guys. Big problem people have when they start learning how to spin their sabers, they're like, oh, I'm going to cut my arm up. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, hold on. How do I do that? It goes over here, but ow. That really is the entrance to the OBN. But then, this whole thing where we're turning around, the plane of movement is not changed. Okay? You're going to do that with the anakin. You're going to come up under the arm. Uh-oh. But I'm going to turn around and say, oh, yeah, the plane of motion is still going. Now, when you're practicing this at home, think about a couple of things. You're doing the slash, or the pull, small circle, big circle, thrust, really nervous, like that going?
Well, sort of right here.
This is what I always go for. See how many put down. And then, there's also, you can do this with your fingers too. Okay, you have the wrist going on. Oh, that's. Okay.
Watch Saber spin tutorial for that, alright?
Yes, right.
Check out Saber spin tutorial for that.
But it's like a drumstick. Now I have a choke. I'm like, my Saber makes this a little bit easier for me. But, you know, back of my fingers, my wrist, my fingers, like that. Okay? Alright. May I ask, was this helpful?
Yes.
Yes. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
as